My name is Amapola Share. I'm the CEO of Scaling Ideas Nigeria Limited. Scaling Ideas Nigeria Limited is a brand that does business registration, company registration, and registration with CAC. We also teach and train people how to do business registration, company registration, NGO registration, and how to file annual returns, how to correct wrong information on CAC portal, and how to download those documents. We have different videos, different courses on this on our scalingidesacademy.com website. Now, let's move to our business for today. So, if you're following me on this video, I want you to like the video, I want you to subscribe, and I want you to share. I'm doing this video because over time, at scalingidesacademy.com, we launched April, and since then we've enrolled over 600 students. So most of our students do ask the question of what's the difference between JTB and FIRS. Because once you do CAC for your clients, they are going to come back to you for TIN anytime they want to open a corporate account. So in order to answer this question, I'm doing this video. So I want you to follow me through as I explain this in details. What is JTB? JTB is Joint Tax Board. FIRS is Federal Inland Revenue Service. So before I continue, you know what TIN is. TIN is Tax Identification Number. Now, before I go deep into this, I want to give you a quick background of what TIN means. TIN is Tax Identification Number. So TIN is issued with the aim of giving citizens, giving businesses, companies, a number to which their tax can be tracked or to which they can pay their tax. And what is tax? Tax comes from way back in history. It's money that is being paid by citizens in a country that the company uses in development. It's a way of generating revenue for the country. Of course, the country has natural resources and the like. So one major way of the country getting revenue is through tax payments. So both individuals and companies and businesses are all taxed alike. We all know in the history of the Bible of Matthew the tax collector. All different tax collectors in the Bible. So all these Federal Inland Revenue Service and Revenue Service mentioned, they are all put in place to collect tax. They are like tax collectors to make sure that tax payment is being done, and they do it through different series of process or different systems. But the overall system is in which that people actually pay for tax. Now, every country has their own system of collecting tax. So this is the system of collecting tax in Nigeria. Now, here I mentioned the meaning of FIRS is Federal Inland Revenue Service. So I'm going to remove that federal, and I'm going to just write Inland Revenue Service. So inland, like in the country, the revenue service, the system that is in place to generate revenue for the country. Now, there are different type of inland revenue services in Nigeria. We have the Federal Inland Revenue Service. From the word federal, like coming from all the whole country, you understand? That's the Federal Revenue Service to cover the entire country. Now, the Federal Inland Revenue Service get to focus on big companies. Understand? You get focused on what big companies. And aside that, if you are also an individual business and you work in that you want to do FRS, they could get it done for you. So that's like the way of the federal government generating revenue. That's the way of federal government generating revenue. And usually, once you are a company that is generating more than 25 million shares per year, FRS is going to reach out to you to start paying tax. And FRS have access to corporate accounts. They can request people's corporate accounts and they'll be given so that they can know companies that have to start paying their tax. And the tax most company pays EDT and CIT. And they also pay VAT. But CIT is the company income tax. So all of these are being paid to FIRS. Now, apart from federal inland revenue service, we also have state inland revenue service. So, state inland revenue service from the word is the means by which the state also generates revenue. So, the state also issues out TIN to these people. You understand? To use that to know the taxpayers in the state and so that they'll be able to collect tax on people. So, state also collect tax by which they generate revenue for themselves to run the state. Now, states most times allocate this to some companies in the state, probably for land use. So, land use on tax. Then some certain businesses, all this levy, community levy. So, they have their own way of also generating tax. Now, you have the local inland revenue service. So, in one word, we are like federal government, state government, local government, all looking for ways to generate revenue for themselves. Because all this body of government needs money to run. So that's the way of for them generating revenue for them. It's just like you being an association and then you are paying an association due. You understand? So all members of a community are expected to pay tax that be used to run the community. So majorly, local inland revenue service, they majorly go for individual tax that you're doing business in a place, they want you to pay tax for your shop and all those local taxes. Now the joint tax board. So what's the aim of the joint tax board? Now it's discovered that now it was noticed that if someone register for a tax in Lagos State and probably moves to Ondo State, for example, it becomes difficult for the person to pay tax using that TIN. And now, after doing the FRS tax, most time you need to update it on a what they call national single window system, so that everybody will be able to access it. Before it was easy for banks to access the TIN, but now after the change being done, you need to update it on the national single window system, where everybody will be able to view it. I believe they call that tax format, where everybody will be able to view the TIN for use. Now, seeing that we have different, the federal is issuing TIN, the state is issuing TIN, the local government is issuing TIN, it becomes imperative to have a TIN that can bring everybody together and subsequently replace all the TINs. You understand? So that was why the joint tax board TIN was introduced. So the aim of the joint tax board TIN is to ultimately replace the FIRS TIN. I'm going to repeat this again because this actually states the difference between the two. The aim of the JTB TIN is that it's going to replace the FIRS the current TIN system. No, I should not say FRS, the current TIN system, because there's TIN between there's TIN from the FRS from other states. Lagos, Abuja, all of them also issue TIN. So the aim of the joint task force is to ultimately replace the TIN from all of these places, because the JTB TIN is universal. Do you understand? So later, everybody would ultimately, every taxpayer in Nigeria will ultimately have to get the GTB TIN that would cover for all the whole state and everyone. But now, at the moment, if you go to banks, what most banks require is the FRS TIN. Why some people have been adjusting to take the JTB TIN. So at the moment, some people are taking the JTB TIN, but some people are still taking the FRS TIN. Now, the JTB is created to subsequently replace the FRS TIN, but we don't know when it's going to completely replace it. You understand? So at the moment, we generate FRS TIN. There are still more generation of FRS TIN at the moment than JTB TIN, because in the past, people don't use JTB TIN, but once there's general acceptance for JTB TIN, then JTB TIN is going to subsequently replace every other form of TIN. So we have FRS TIN, all the state TIN, local TIN, and we have the what? Joint Task Board TIN. The Joint Task Board TIN is put in place to subsequently replace every other form of TIN. So if you're registering for your client, and then if you're registering for your client or you're registering for yourself, and then your client needs a TIN, you might decide to get them a JTB TIN or get them an FRS TIN. But the downside is you don't know where they represent the TIN and which should be picked in the JTB TIN and the FRS. But at the moment, with the way there's a rising acceptance for the JTB TIN, because I think Abuja FCT IRS accepted the JTB TIN like for use at a time like that, I think some weeks ago. So with the rising acceptance of the JTB TIN, you may choose the JTB TIN over the FRS TIN. Now, if you're choosing the FRS TIN, there's something they call pre-tin at the moment. That means you do the TIN, after you've done the TIN, then you have to update it on the national single window. So at times, some banks will not take the TIN until the tax performance is done. But the tax performance is to be done in the local local office of registration. For example, the TIN is designated to a particular MSTO. In FRS, call something from offices MSTO, that's medium and small tax offices. So you have to go to that same MSTO in order to update that TIN on the on tax performance. You understand? So which is the national single window. So basically that's the difference between FRS TIN and JTB. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss important videos like that. So I'll be recording a video that would explain the difference between that will explain what TCC, TCC, VAT and CIT, what they mean and how they affect you as businesses. Thank you.